just quickly go with you. You form of 2 to 4 members in the team. And we have a prototype presentation week 6. Assignment will be due date for submission will be week 13. Okay? And presentation due week 13 to 14. Okay? This assignment will be assessing 2 CRO, namely the CRO 2 applying the mobile technology development method. As for the CRO 3 is to present your Asian. Okay, it's a group work, but individually you will assess. Okay, group component, individual. But I would say individual part of the group is just okay, we have a 10, total of 10 topics for you to think about. The name is just a suggestion name. If you want, both the new name. Right? It is quite general. For example, the first one, launch pad. It is campus focus method. Okay? You can read through this. Each of these titles map to one of the sustainable building. Okay? The goal are all specified here. For the prototype presentation, I want you to give me this item, provide a title of the app. Now, if you do not want to use the given title, you can change it yourself. Okay, so an introduction of your project, what problem and your solution. What are the problems that you think faced by user, and what is the solution? So, for instance, let's say the last one, campus marketplace. It's an app for students to sell used items. So, what is the problem? Margins are very poor. Example, don't use the word poor. Sorry. Example, you say you want to fully manage your finance well, you can earn extra, not earn extra. Usually, I don't know about you, because after end of the semester, we earn certain book. Then try to get some return. We sell the book at maybe 50% to our opportunity. Okay, we use the money to buy book for next semester. Okay, in fact, later I get to know my classmate. She studied accounting, and accounting people are very good at making money. It happened to be one of the textbook is of limited supply. She can even sell the book at 100% of the original cost. Okay, she already joined a lot inside and still sell at the original cost. Okay, so how about you? Would you want to sell your used Nila after you graduate? Your mattress got the smell already, yet you want to sell it. Your chair, your table, this you want to move away a bit from your hostel. It's okay to sell it, right? Okay. So that is the problem. You do not want to discard items which are still usable, yet you can earn something, or you keep the money for other purposes, okay? And then you give me your solution. As for the navigation structure chart, you give a chart, show what is the main component of your application. Example, you have your app title, you have the home screen, you have the profile setting, marketplace, you have my history, shopping cart and so on. You show the main view. Okay, so in one picture you can see all. So that is about navigation. And number 5 is the screen design. And you put details what you want to design. Okay, let's say if you have a marketplace or student post use item for sales, what you want them to equal. They put the price either of the product, what is the price, pictures, okay, rating. Okay. And also the conclusion, you try to sell your ideas to your user. Okay, what you think of ideas. As for the final presentation, there's only 3 components. A quick intro of your application, a live demo of your app, and also prepare the code for execution. Okay. Your tutor might ask you of which line of the code that you deliver this function. Or the tutor asks you how do you verify user password is the same as all in the server. Right? As for the deliverable, this is toward the end of the assignment. The team leader are in charge of compressing all these items in a zip file, containing the slide, the source code, the installation file, the cost calculation, and the evaluation form. Sorry, evaluation form should be wrong. This is standard evaluation file. This is Excel file. So it's one file for the whole. Okay? And I want you to pay attention to the evaluation form because it contains the rubric of the assignment. Okay? I'll show you an example. And for each member, you are asked to submit 2 items, your peer evaluation form and also task description. So for peer evaluation form, you are asked to rate, provide a rating for your teammate. Okay, there are about 5 criteria to be evaluated in terms of their willingness to contribute to the project, for whether they participate positively, okay, whether they attend your group meeting, something like this. As for the task description, you are asked to describe what you have contributed to the assignment, the challenges you face, and that you use to overcome the challenges. Okay. You can look into details later on. So in total, the assessment distribution is as follows. You will be evaluated based on the quantity of work, how many modules you contributing, quality of work, what is the quality of your program, is it functional, data management, whether your program can save data. Okay, this is important. Do you state everything in memory or permanence origin? Originality and understanding, whether you know the method to use or not, or you just be copy from the microsources and paste. This one. As for group mark, it's very only 10 mark. Your team solution, this is for your presentation, and also your presentation. Okay. Individual mark, the completeness of your assignment, and also teamwork is from the peer evaluation. Although it's only 5 marks, but I think it's a good reflection of how your peers see you as a team member. Okay. That is about the main thing. The other are standard for head submission and eventually policy. You can use source code from GitHub, supplied by others developer, but make sure you know what you are doing. Okay, you copy the code, make sure you understand. Don't copy wrong. Okay, that's the difference. Okay, that is for the evaluation format. This one.
有幾個人？
So here is an example.
有一些他们拿的时候是6个人，
Here, from 0 to 5, 20% of work is approaching 50%. Then this is an idea. 50% of full mark on okay. Also, you should look into the nature of you just example. If you're just doing about others, especially those are just static contents, you cannot get good. Okay? You should try to contribute to significant values such as example, login screen, registration, page. Although registration is considered as just basic, you can also include account recovery, additional security features that will bring your mark to higher or even excellent. Okay? So I hope you go and read the details how to be related to avoid disappointment with the mark. Okay? I think that's what I want to tell you about the movie. Let me begin my lecture.
用早爸。
So last lecture, I will share with you about let's go.
我們可以走到第五走吧。
This one is continued, so this is the next part. Okay, I show you QR code first, then you can go along. You can scan this QR code first. No question.
有幾個人？ Kicker，teacher kicker。
Okay, no need to answer now. You find the answer along the way. Huh? Huh?
How?
Okay, yes. Okay, so here the app components. So far we know about how Android manage the security of system. First, one is sandbox, which the app assign unique ID and runs. Okay. The second thing is the principle of least privilege. The operating system will assign minimum resources for your app to run, and your app cannot ask for more during runtime. Okay? So this section, I'd like to introduce you from a developer point of view. What are the components we can create? Okay? In general, Android allows you to create 4 types of components, namely activities, broadcast receiver, content provider, and services. This 4 types. Okay, meaning you use Android Studio to create this 4 types. So far during practical, you all know how to create activities already, right? So next, let's see. So in general, I just quickly run through this. Activity is a screen, user can see and interact with it. Okay? And among the activity you have, one of it must be the main activity, meaning it's the entry point of the app. Okay? That is the thing about activities. As for the broadcast receiver, this is Android app can send or receive broadcast messages from the Android operating system and also from the app. Okay? So broadcast receiver is the system that allows Android system to send message to all the app, or an app can also send message to another app. Okay? That is a broadcast receiver. So for example, the Android system can send broadcast to the system event, such as the system is reboot. Okay? And if an app is interested to know whether the system reboot or not, the app can ask the system, hey, I'm interested. If the system reboot, tell me. Okay? Example. And WhatsApp is one of the app that will ask the operating system, hey, Android, if you reboot, please tell me. Then, after reboot, I will check with my server, is there new message for user? Okay? That is the potential. An app also, an individual app also can send custom broadcast. For example, to notify another app something that they are interested to already happen. For example, the user downloaded a file from the internet. Okay, it's an image file. Then this download event can also tell all the app, hey, the user has just downloaded an image file. Who want to view it? Okay, let's see that. So in general, broadcast receiver has no UI, but it provides the mechanism to pass data from one app to another, or from the system to the app register. Okay? I'll give you one example. So, an app that we use frequently, WhatsApp. So first, it tells the Android system, hey Android, if the user reboot, you tell me. Okay? Then let's say the user press the reboot button, and this triggers the Android system to broadcast this message to everyone. Okay? So Android system say, hey everyone, the user just rebooted the phone. Now you know what, and you take all the necessary action. So upon receiving this message, WhatsApp will then send the request to the server and ask the server, hey, during the system reboot, is there any new message for my user? If yes, send to me. Okay? So this is one example. The second example, your Gmail register with Android system and say, hey Android, if the user happened to receive an email, and you tell me. Okay? So during operation, someone sent you an email, and then Android receiving and tell everyone, hey, the user got an email. Okay? But of course, you as a user, usually you register a default app, right? If they are not Android, you will have one app to handle the email. So after receiving it, the Android will broadcast it, and then user receive this notification. Okay? So this is another example of broadcast receiver. The third component is called content provider. This one has no UI also, but it plays a vital important role of managing a central repository of data. Okay? So the data format could be of file system link any file, be it image, sound, video, animation. It also can store SQLite database. This is a database engine only accessible by phone and no one else. Okay? It can be data from the web or cloud storage or any persistent storage location such as SD card or internal storage of your phone. Okay? One example of content provider is the user dictionary. Okay? Malaysia, we are very talented in terms of language skill. Sometimes if you use the auto-correction dictionary, you always have typo. Example, my good friend is called Teh Seng Hock. Every time I send him a message, I usually address him first, hello Teh Seng Hock. His name will become Teh Seng Hock. Right? Because of the auto-correction. I fed up already. If I were to turn off the dictionary, I'm afraid I might have other typo. So usually I add DEH to my personal dictionary. Okay? I don't know whether you do this. So this is an example. Okay? So this content provider provide serve as a middleman between your application and the underlying data storage. So it is a good mechanism where your application actually can get system data. Okay? Example, the user contact. Okay? Your user contact is stored in your contact database. When you install an instant messaging app, example WhatsApp, WeChat, do you notice this app also asks the system, ask the user, can I access your contact? If you are given them the permission, then WhatsApp or WeChat will then access to your contact list. Okay? And this contact list is managed by Content Provider. Okay? The last component I want to share with you is the service. Okay? It's similar to the broadcast receiver and also Content Provider. It has no UI, but it's always running in the background. Right? And usually, programmers like us, we would want to have the service running because we want to perform some long-term operation. So for instance, if you are writing if you're creating an instant messaging app, you want to have the service running behind the scene, keep on listening to the server for incoming new messages, right? So you have to do the service. Sometimes the service can be a short one. For example, uploading a piece of image to the cloud storage. After you finish the job, they can end the service. Okay? There are system service and also application service. Usually, this is the guideline from Google also. If you can use the system service, use it. Don't implement your own service. Okay? The reason of this is, if you have too many service running behind the scene, you make the user phone lagging. Okay? For instance, just now I mentioned, upload the image to the server. This one can be done by the system service kernel. You don't implement it yourself. Okay? And the last thing I want to talk about is Hong. Don't skip the example. Example, if you play a music behind in the background and fetching the data over the network. For example, you listen to Spotify. So Spotify has no UI that you're listening. Maybe you are also playing game on the same time. Maybe you browse the internet. Okay, you look at Shopee, but at the same time you open the Spotify to listen to music. So Spotify must have service right. Okay, this is it. Okay, that's it. Question? Have you got the answer? I hope. 87 respond as of now, and the result will be promising. Okay. And let me give you your classroom code so before.
偶尔飞机场才会去
Okay, I just mentioned to you here the classroom code is 7I
飞本地基本不理，如果你是飞国外籍，他就会理解。
7I 3853.
他也不算是内部的，他不算是
Okay, you got the code? Now 7I 3853. Okay. Okay, let's see this result.
其实我觉得重量应该有到3 kg， 好像3 kg 那种的。重好像蛮多，
Okay, good.
差不多是。全论对3 kg。我看 receiver。
Okay, this round. Let's go. Okay, are you done? Done? Okay, we start. Okay. On. Total of how many questions? 4 questions. Okay, I'll give you a few more minutes to go. Second. Done? Okay, let's start. Okay, let's see the question. Okay. So identify type of activities. And what is that? I cannot see that. Can you see from the screen? Is it clear to you? I see it. For login screen is an activity because the user must see it. Okay, with input.
Services.
Next, components for the synchronize data from an app to a server. Synchronize. So this one will be behind the scene, right? So the service will be read. Third one, for managing a shared set of app data on the doctor's storage. This one contains provider. And number 4, so many big broadcast receiver. And app scheduling alarm, the post and notification. You are doing scheduling of an alarm. So the first verb is scheduling an alarm. The alarm later on, yes, it could be broadcast receiver. No, it's an event. It's run by the service, not the broadcast. Okay, so who got the most answer? it should be 4 mark, right? Okay, who's the first 4 number? OWX.
就是哪里？大跑大跑，我靠！我做得 M1，我靠做得 M1，
Who's this goal?
他真做得 M1 啊！我靠！
Okay, congratulations. Don't take all 3, take 1. Which one you like? Okay, hope you enjoy this. Alright, goes up, let's move on. Okay, so next question is Android run each app in a separate set. They have their own virtual machine with permission restricted to other apps. So how can app activate a component from another app? So can one app activate another component of another app? Can or cannot? Can. So can you be controlled by someone? Can, right? Someone can ask you, hey, you do this, you do that. No one. Last Saturday, I met with a senior of you. This senior graduated many years ago. But during the pandemic, he lost his job because his company declared bankrupt. So after the MCO, until today, he hasn't got a job. So I was surprised. I said, hey, what are you waiting for? He told me he's waiting for a manager job. Manager. So why can't you just find any job now that can earn you a living? Why must you target a manager? He said, because if I go out and tell people I'm no longer a manager, very shameful. Very malu. I said, what? Now you don't have a job, even more malu, is it? Yeah. And he's married. His wife worked very hard now to support the whole family. So then I told him, hey, cannot be like that, you're a man. You must support the whole family. Take away your manager dream. Just do any IT job relevant to your skill set. If you are good, you'll get the manager job soon. Correct? Okay? So I don't know why. He just so. Anyhow, he is one of the top students in my class. Now I think intelligent doesn't mean you are very good at all. Don't be top student. Last time I also fight for a top student. Okay, what I want to tell you is, sometimes you can act stupid. You don't need to be so intelligent. Okay, any job relevant to you, just take it. Don't compare. Okay, you is more important. You is not important. Now it's not. Your family is more important than you. Correct? Okay, let's move on. So maybe later tonight I tell him what you call doctrine of manager. Okay, maybe he cannot accept the new salary here because he used to work in Singapore. Not talking about Singapore. Stay. Okay, so my question just now was, how can an app talk to another component of another app? This is so the Android operating system is the one controlling everything. Okay, so I give you an example. This is an app. This is also an app. So component A of this app tell the Android system, hey, Android, can you do me a favor to activate component A of this app? Okay, so Android is the one in control of all this action. Let's take a look at the more detail. So on the top corner, I have a WhatsApp app with two major components, a chat component and a profile component. So when you set up your profile, usually want to put a beautiful picture of yourself, right? So you, in the profile, you click select image or take a picture of yourself. So this action will send a request to the OS, and the OS willingly activate the gallery app and let you pick a photo component. Okay? So upon successful selection of the photo, the photo is then sent back to you and you have the profile picture. Okay? Similarly, let's say from the browser, you downloaded something. So there is a download component, and then you tell the Android system, hey, user click download file onto view it. Then the Android system says, okay, fine, I'll let you view the photo. Okay? That is the process. So I'm introducing you a new term which is used by the Android system to perform the task I mentioned earlier, which is called intent. Okay? So using an intent, an app can talk to another activity. They can start a service. They can also send data to a broadcast receiver. Okay? What is missing here? We have four components: activity, broadcast receiver, service, content provider. So what is missing here? You don't have content provider. Okay? Only this skill. Because content provider is for saving data. Okay? The other three to do something, to job. Okay? And as for the intent, I will talk about it in details in chapter 2. Okay? Because it involves some coding. Okay? I don't want to kill you with the coding. So let's move on. So now you remember, an activity can use intent to activate three things: activity, service, and broadcast receiver. No content. Sometimes I say no, and then you remember how. You remember now? Sometimes I say don't, then people will do it. Just like I walk along the path back to my home, there's a signboard saying, jangan buang sampah di sini. Then you see the rubbish there. Was the rubbish there before the signboard or after? I think after. Okay? Move on. The manifest file. This one, I'm talking about this during practical time. I hope you also take good care of this file. This file is the first file written by Android before it started. Okay? And it is like the IC of that. Okay? That's like your IC. Police ask you, show me your IC. Then you see, okay, your name, your address, and it is an identity you're representing Malaysia. Right? Okay? So the manifest file also plays the same role. It contains essential information about an app that the operating system can examine and decide whether to let it start or stop it. Okay? So it contains a component the app has, and anything not declared inside is not visible to the Android and can never run. Okay? If it is not declared, then it can never run. Okay, so let's see what inside. These are just some of the components inside. The manifest has a permission. So if your app needs to access to, let's say, location of the user, take picture of the user, you must declare the permission inside the manifest file. Okay? Just like if you have a holder, my card, meaning you can vote for our future leader, right? That is your permission. It also contains API level minimum, hardware and software features, your app component, and any library file you want. Actually, this part, link library is not so important today. In the past, we used to be able to include Java library file in our app because there are many Java library and they are very useful. But in the recent years, since Android or Google abandoned Java library, and more developers rely solely on the Kotlin library file. So I don't see much of the big library file outside. Okay, only very classic app still use this link library. Okay, so for this permission, the permission restrict access to two things: the code and also the data. Okay, and this protect critical data from misuse. So this is the reason we have to have the manifest file. And I don't know, this happened to my sister some time ago, before Chinese New Year last year. She was so busy. Then the next door auntie showed her on a Facebook post, hey, do you want cleaner? Someone post on the Facebook, you can hire part-time cleaners to do cleaning for you. So okay, so then she followed the Facebook link. She contacted the person, WhatsApp. This gentleman from the profile picture, okay, said, can you send me your contact number, your address, how many cleaner you need? So she does. How? He sent her a link. Said, you follow this link, you fill in all the details, then later on, we will send someone to clean the house. Okay? So my sister clicked the link. It opened something. She filled in all the details, pressed the link. Okay? And then after submitting the form, my sister said, I want to go to public bank to pay my DMP bill. So she logged into the public bank mobile app, pay her DMP bill. And later, I need to transfer my money from my Hong Leong bank account to the public bank. So she logged into the Hong Leong bank app, transfer money to someone. And later on, she said, I have to top up my touch and go. So log into public bank account and say, no money already. Oh, her money gone. What happened? The link that sent by the stranger is an app. The app keep on running in the memory, tracking all her actions, including her public bank and Hong Leong bank ID and password. Transfer all her money, first from public bank to Hong Leong bank, then from Hong Leong bank transfer to BSN to a stranger account. Okay, so she quickly rushed to the public bank and said, please stop my account from being transferred. No money already. So her Hong Leong bank account also no money. Then she rushed to the BSN and tell the cashier, hey, someone transferred all my money to this account. Stop the account. You know what the cashier said? Sorry, we have no authority to do so. You must report to police. Okay? So then she rushed to the police station. It took her 4 hours to complete the report. By the time she finished, BSN account also no money already. Okay? What happened? You know what happened or not? So dangerous, huh? Is this something to do with the manifest file or security of your app? Later in the last chapter, there is a technology in Android that make our life easy and also make us understandable. Okay? If you want to search, you can look for something called Instant App. Okay? Or it is not even an instant app, it's just a link. Okay? When she prompt, do you want to install this app? My sister pressed yes and install. Okay, that is the result. Huh? After that, police asked her to factory reset the phone and don't use her phone for 3 days. How to buy a new phone? Lost money already. How to buy a new phone? Terrible. She was in terrible situation. Okay. Oh, belum cakap want to borrow money. Oh, follow up lah. Cheat you one more time lah. I tell you lah. Later I tell you a relative of mine been kidnapped to Cambodia. Stay tuned. I want so many bad things happen to my family. Really, last year was terrible. Now back to the app resources. We know the app has barcode, data. Now it's the app resources. Okay? So in Android Studio, when you build a new app, you see all these things. Okay? So I don't need to go into details. Let's test your understanding.
随便回答那个，是我第一个。随便回答一个字，然后做第一个。所以 why need permission 呢？你聊一下，你是叫我去读哦，让我去读，这个应该是一个就一二三，先老师方面，还会第几次？我要做些吗？
It is almost 6 o'clock. Let's take a short break of 5 minutes. I have no intention to talk too much because I suffer from sore throat. Probably to end the class a little bit early. Is that okay? Okay, so I mean, we take a short break of 5 minutes. At 6, and I will show you the second one.
这样子。他每次一直学习啊，每次学习不好的课其实没什么，太无处理，真的吗？问号码，你要问谁电话号码？你不是要问他电话号码咩？有点混浊的感觉，不是讲到很好聊，可能是好看的。我觉得如果他打扮这个的，前提是要打扮的。 号，我帮你去问啊，干嘛？啊？你这个改。怎么手还可以说改？手还可以说改要怂恿他，要怂恿他，我。怂恿他，你敢吗？干这什么？手哪里？紧张了。要过了。遇到一组很难，一个长头发色的，跟我整穿的是同一个样推荐给你玩，他推荐我先玩。
Okay, let's resume. Okay, let me start.
我不懂那个字。
So generally, then look at the normal distribution. So many scores zero. So hard. The number of zero is, I think, is the same as those score. Okay. Let's see that. First, what is the purpose of the intent? It's an operation to be performed. You want to do something. Okay? All of the above are trivial. Is it a file that describes essential information about that? No, that is manifest file. Or intent is not a file. Is it a request to seek attention from the system? Also not. An intent can be used to activate. I said you cannot still got people choosing that. Okay, activity, broadcast receiver, and service. An intent can never call content provider. Okay? Because content provider is the middleman between your app and your data. A manifest file content, wow, this one all above. Okay? This is the answer. It has the component of the app, permission, hardware, and also software features. Okay, that's all. So the total marks should be 5, right? Okay, got the first 5. Most of you got 4, so very. Is this fine? Yes.
又是弹结节，又是弹，每次是弹。
结节。The Congratulations, pass and accurate.
哎，不对，嘴巴都在这里。
Okay, enjoy the strawberry.
因为我每次嘴巴，嘴巴的这个不可以展开。
Alright, let's mark the end of this chapter. Okay, I have shared with you the current state of mobile application development, Android fundamentals, the components of Android app, and you also already know these terms. Okay, I will quickly go through chapter 2. This one actually quite simple. And we will learn this component along the way during practical session. So towards the end, you know what is the main components that make up the user interface. You know about view binding, data binding, star T, and also the JTAG compose. This is the latest one, and Google has persistently pursuing all the developers to go for JPEG Compose. Okay? And now the code lab all in Compose. Okay, first one is the user interface. So in general, the UI of the Android application comprising of two main items, mainly the view group and also view. Okay. A view group during practical you see as a layout. Okay? And this layout can contain another layout and also view. So view is individual one that you can deal with. Example, text, button, image view, and so on. Okay? So these are the individual. In Compose, each view is called a widget. The layout is also a widget. Anything you see is called widget. Okay? So layout is declared in this XML format, and also you can write a program to declare it. The two ways of display UI, XML and also program. So far in your practical, you have been using the UI editor to create UI. So we're dealing with XML. As for the program part, you write code to display the UI. Okay? This one I don't need to go through in detail. This is just an example. So I want to skip this part. You've seen this in practical already. You will see the UI, and also this is how we describe it. And if you open the XML, each view must have an ID, which unique identifies view, and you follow the naming convention of variable. And later in the code, we use the find view by ID to associate UI. Right? This one you know. As for the layout, this one also in the code, you can change the size, padding, margin, and so on. This one I think let's just skip. It's only for your reference only. Okay? Yes. So you know it also. And the code to show the UI is this one, set content view. Okay? I'd like to share with you a few common view groups, namely the linear, constraint, and also the view. So far, you have been using the constraint layout. The simplified one is called linear layout, which you can arrange your view either vertically or horizontally. Okay, this is the easiest. This is complex, but you can use it to construct a very complicated UI component. So this is now become the default. As for the web view, this is used to display a web page. That means that you can embed a web application inside your internet. And this is the technique used by many hybrid apps also. The UI is HTML. You just provide a web view. Okay? Another good use of web view is if you think the content will keep on changing. Okay? And you want the user to see this change without updating the app from Play Store. Then you use web view. Okay? Or something not important. User hardly use it. But when they want it, you want to give them the latest version. You use the web view. Example. Do you think term and condition is important? Term and condition is important. Usually write in all capital letter. Very long. You must scroll many pages then you finish reading it. Usually I don't read. I just scroll to the bottom, press agree. Okay? When do you actually seriously read the term and condition? When you have problem. Okay? When you have problem.
นั่นแหละก็มีอะไรมาเจอถึงเนี่ย
Okay? Yeah. I recall my time.
ใครกดจะ
I'm a scholarship holder. I got scholarship from CAR to pursue my study in UK. For 1 year, my master degree on interactive multimedia technology. So I don't bother to read the contract. But on the day I want to fly to UK, we had a meeting with school presidents and the HR. You know, the last sentence from the HR is not, okay, make sure you graduate and come back. The HR said, make sure you come back, otherwise I will sue you. Wow. That sentence made me cannot sleep for the whole year in UK. Yeah, then I read the contract. If I didn't finish my study, I must pay back 100,000. So expensive, I didn't read carefully. But no choice already. I was already in the plan flying to UK. So cannot enjoy life, must study and make sure I graduate. Okay? So this one, web view, is good for term and condition. People don't read it most of the time, but when they read it, they are serious about it. So how can you protect yourself? You make it in a web page, and usually the last clause of the term and condition is change without prior notice. Okay? We can change without prior notice. So without the need to update the app, I put the term and condition as a web page. When you open the app, you see the website. And I can change without telling you. Okay? Today you see this one, today, next day you see it. Okay? Right? This one I don't need to tell you. Your tutor should have shown you how to do the constraint data, right? This one I want to read it. This one I want to tell you. It's called list view and grid view. These two are made to store dynamic contents. Dynamic contents, meaning when you design the app UI, you actually don't know how many things you will show here, but you know they are many. Okay, so you put them in list or in grid view. Okay, and then you need something called adapter to feed data from your data source to here. This adapter job is to take a piece of data from the data, put it into the item view, and then show it on the screen for you. Okay? I don't need to worry this. Later on in our practical, we will write code for adapter. Okay, we create an adapter, insert data. So, example, this is the dirty code. We have an array, we create an adapter, we have a list, we assign this adapter to this view, and then this code is handled with the app. Okay? Do you have a question for me? This one. No. Okay? This one is challenging. If I didn't explain to you, I don't know you can answer this quiz correctly or not. This one is asking for your opinion. Identify a suitable layout for the following app.
你们今年是不是有错毛病？错完，全部答案太手快。我靠，什么答案？反。哦，反。怎么写？很别扭嘛的。真的，答太手快了。點揾人啲動啊！難我嘅答案。
Sorry, if I show you this during my explanation, I know nobody alerted me. I shocked somebody. I keep on talking. Oh, this one only appear right now. I do some scanning. I see. I thought I have a slide hidden. Okay, let's see this one. Okay, let's see. Are you done? Okay, the result look quite extreme. Either you got 0 or you got all. Someone got the bigger. What happened? Okay, you're done. I'll stop accepting response. Let's do this. Okay. Wow, all is the answer. How come? That means the first UI can be linear, can be a list view, can be a constraint to solve. The second one also all. How come? Let's see. The first one. Do you see a list view? Obviously, this is a list view. Do you see a constraint? This one, this one, this one. Okay. What else you see? Is there a linear? Also can. Or also can. This one.
Constraint.
This.
Constraint.
This one can be a linear or it is a constraint also. So both or also. Okay?
พี่ต้องนั่นไทยเลย
Okay, so in a rule of thumb is Google developer are advised not to use too much of layout. Okay, so how can we make our life easier? So this is the example. We try to reduce the number of layout we have in a single UI. If we can reuse the UI using include tag. And last one is you only load the UI when you need it. Okay, let's see the first one. Among these two, which one you think has better performance? A or B? Let's vote. Who said A has better performance? One. Okay, some. A is better, huh? Who said B is better? Okay, both sides also got supporter. Huh? And the guideline is optimize the layout hierarchy. Huh? So among these two, B is better. Okay, one, because the hierarchy is very narrow. As for A, how many levels it has? 1, 2, and 3. So in terms of performance, each level increase memory load. Okay, so the flatter the hierarchy, the better performance. Okay. Second, we use the layout using include. So if you already have a layout, you can reuse it multiple times using the include. So the time required by the system to load the UI of layout B only one time, and then duplicating it many times. Okay, so this is the method. And then, how do we load large data set? We have many data. Can we load all of them cut up to the UI? That will kill you. Okay? The answer is not. The answer of handling large data is using a recycle view. Okay? A recycle view is optimized to load large collections of data and yet minimizing the memory usage. Let's add these two. On the left, you see a list view. So if you have 10 records, all 10 will be loaded to the memory and shown on the screen. Sometimes, what if you have 20? Will all the 20 load to the memory as well? Even the user can't see all of them. Yes, list view will do that. Okay? In comparison, so those not seen by the user will still load into the memory, despite the screen size is limited to only this view. That is the problem of this view. In comparison of a recycle view, anything not visible will not be loaded to the memory until users scroll up or down. Okay? So for example, if on the screen, the user can only see this, how many? 6. The recycle view will do 6, it will look 6 plus plus. A few more before and a few more after. Okay? So when users scroll up or down, what the system will do is, it will take the last recycle object and go and put it to the top and load it with new data. Okay? So at one time, the memory required for recycle view is 6 plus record only. Okay, not all. Okay. So when you scroll up and down, this one will push out of the view of the screen, right? Then recycle view will push it to the bottom. So as is, it will continue this. Okay, makes sense? So as a programmer, we don't need to do this. All we need to do is we create a recycle view, and the system will take care of all this. Alright? You don't need to think of how to manipulate this UI. Okay. So this recycle view will contain the view, group, the view, and the data. Okay? And the object that we were dealing with later on during practical will be these three modes. The recycle view itself, the view holder, and the adapter. Okay? Just now I mentioned the adapter is used to feeding the list with record by combining UI and data. Okay? As for the view holder, is to show the individual record. Okay? Another example of recycle view capable layout is called card-based layout. Okay? Item are displayed as a card, and anything you will look across the same, either in a mobile app, website, or Windows application. Okay? This is the last one I want to test you, and after this, I think I need a break already. Throat cannot tahan anymore. Okay, I have opened the access. Can you access? Sorry, this one. Let me close this.
休息吧，休息不了。还想再看看。
Okay, done. Okay, let me start. You are something, right? Okay, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. First one. So what are the difference between basic object and verb? So the view and the view group are these two objects. This one is a trick for you now. Trap. Layout is not. Layout is implementation. What you see. The main difference between constraint and linear is the first one. Constraint layout is very flexible. Okay? Compared to linear. Linear can only arrange either vertically or horizontally. Constraint can arrange any position. And under what circumstances, the list view is better than the recycle view. The number of items is fixed. Yes. Fixed view is very easy to use with very minimal code requirement. You only need to create two objects. The list view itself and the adapter. Okay? If you need to handle a lot of data, then you have no choice but to use the recycle view, and you have to have 3 objects. The recycle view itself, view holder, and the adapter. Then one more. Okay? Alright, that's the last part of my lesson today. Let's see who scored the highest. What is the maximum score? 3. Who is the first 3? Oh, Chen. Okay, what?
你看最上面已经有几层了，
Okay, what?
下面已经有。
Okay, class, that's all for today. So, see you.